class itself. Okay. Okay, I'm going to share my screen.
What do you have to download?
I have sent you a CSV file in the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
So that's what you need to download. So ask Amma to send the CSV to your email so that you can download that in your laptop. Okay? Yeah. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, so now, okay, who remembers what we did last time?
We learned the syntax.
Yes. What all syntaxes did we learn?
We learnt like and
We learned insert.
and we also learnt average, maximum,
Like
minimum, and count.
Yeah. Okay. So what are average, maximum, minimum, and count called? If there is a particular word for it, what is it called?
functions, codes.
Did we also did filter?
Huh?
Filtering?
Filter. Yeah. What is the statement that we use when we want to filter the data?
The
Function.
statement. What was the
The where clause.
Where clause. Yes. Where clause is used to filter the data. Okay. Yeah. And what else did we learn?
We learned where you put the percentage.
Yeah, that is like operator. Yes, that's good. Good, Lasya. And
We learnt how to extract a specific substring from a word.
substring. Yeah,
And-
substring function. Yeah.
And we also learned how to not how to, but we learned what the stars do. They collect every single information that you've done and not just one particular thing.
Yeah, so every single information in the sense, all columns, they are called columns. Okay.
Yeah.
So star means it gets all the columns which are there in that table. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And what are the, yeah, what else?
I forgot what syntax means. Could you please explain it again?
Syntax. Syntax means the schedule of executing a couple of statements. That is what is called syntax means. Okay. So for example, if we want to view the data that is there in the table, we use a statement called select statement. And there is a particular way that you need to write so that you get the correct answers. So that particular way is called syntax. Got it?
Oh wait, can you repeat what syntax means?
Okay. Syntax is the rule. Syntax in general is something is called a rule. So what is the rule? We have to follow certain rules or certain syntax to achieve what we want to achieve. It could be viewing the data in the table, or inserting the data into the table, or updating the data into the table, or even deleting the data into the table. Okay, so it's just the rules. So for example, we'll go through the examples one by one when we are doing a recap of what we have done. Okay, so do you understand what it means, Aditi?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Any question about syntax, Kritika?
No questions.
No questions. Okay.
That doesn't work.
They were the maximum.
Okay. So now let's go through the import part. So whoever has downloaded the CSV file, we'll do the, so today's agenda is we'll review what we have done in the last week, all the statements, so that you know what the syntax is, and also do these things. We import the data that I sent you in the CSV file, and also using that data we will use all the statements that we have used in the last class. And also one more addition thing that we are going to learn is about table joins. So that's what we will do this week. Okay. And also remember, try and practice this week and almost next week, because I want to give you a small test um, after next week. So next week there will be a class, but the week after there will be only a test. There won't be a class. You will have a break. So, but for that you need to practice a lot. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Okay. Okay. So now let's proceed with the importing data. So for importing data, what you need to do is you need to create a new database, because we are importing this from this data from, it's called CSV. Okay, CSV file. I have given a CSV file, comma separated value. CSV stands for comma separated value. So I'll just write it here, comma separated value. So for example, for text files, you get an extension called txt, right? And for CSV files, you get an extension called .csv. Okay. So the file that I sent you has this .csv. So I'll show you how it looks in a folder. Can you see my folder? Okay, I think you can't see my folder. I will share that with you.
Excuse me, Auntie.
Yeah,
I just logged back on because my internet stopped working.
yeah.
Are we supposed to create a database?
No, not yet, not yet. I didn't go
Okay.
there yet, so don't worry.
Okay.
I'm trying to explain you what a CSV file is. See, for
Okay.
example, in the normal text files, you get like this. What is the extension here? Can everyone see? Questionnaire dot. Can everyone see this? Or shall I zoom?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
dot
Yeah, I
txt.
can see it.
Yeah, so it's dot txt. Likewise, this is the one, this is the file that I sent you that has, what is the extension for that?
CSV.
CSV, right?
Dot CSV.
Yeah, so it's dot CSV. So dot CSV is, see, it says Microsoft Excel comma separated values file. Okay, and this is a Microsoft Word document. What is the extension for that?
Docs.
Yeah, dot docx. That means dot docs. And for Excel worksheet, see, this is the extension XLSX. So whatever comes with dot, comes after the dot is called an extension, and that is specific for certain files. So if you have a photo, I don't know whether I have a photo. See here, this is a PowerPoint file. The extension is .pptx, and whatever code that you write in the Management Studio SSMS, what is the extension for that?
Dot SQL.
SQL, yes. .SQL is all SQL related queries that are there. Okay, so if you have a photo, yeah, see here, this is a JPG. The extension is .jpg. Okay, so like that you have different extensions. This is a PDF file. PDF file, you know, it can be read only with a particular software called Adobe Reader. Okay, so like that you will have a lot of extensions. So now we are going to import a file that has .csv extension. Okay, so now I'm going to open my SSMS. My SSMS.
Hello, I cannot see your screen.
Okay, can you all see my management studio?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now the first step is, because we are importing into a new database, we need to create a database. How can we create a database? Anyone?
We press new query.
New query, yes, very good.
You never did.
Yes, and then what do we
You
do?
create database.
Create database. And what shall we give the name? I think we will give the name as student data. Okay, because that the CSV file that I sent you, did you see what is there in the CSV file? Okay, let me first share what is there in the CSV file. CSV.
Right now.
Okay, can you all see what is there in the CSV file? See, this is the import
Yes.
example that I have sent you. This has roll number, name, age, class number. Why is class number 4.75? Whoa. What is it? Oh, maybe their class is named like that. Okay. And class teacher, school name and year. Okay, we will import this one. How do we import? We import into a new database, right? So
Yes.
now I'm going to create a new database in SSMS. Okay, so to do that, we have to type, we have to type create database student data, right? Student data is my, what is student data?
The data from student.
Yeah, it's the name of the database. Okay, so in my database there is no student data right here.
Mm-hmm.
Is it there? No. So that's why I'm creating a student data, a new database called student data. Okay, so what should I do to run it? Is the syntax correct?
Yes.
Yes.
You press
Now
new
execute.
Yeah, you press execute. So execute. Command completed successfully. Okay. Now what should we do? Next step.
Create table.
You create the
No, we don't
table
need to
and
create table. We don't need to create table. We can just import. So am I able to see here?
No.
So what should I do?
You
Refresh.
right
Yes,
click on
refresh.
it and refresh.
Yeah, right click on the databases and refresh. So now can you see?
Yes.
Yes.
Student data is there. Okay. Now, now if you right click on student data and go to tasks, can you see something called import data there?
Yes.
Okay, so click on import data. So
Oh,
import
and
data. Yeah, here. Import
are we
data.
supposed to do that?
Yes, you can do that. Did you all create the new database?
No, I didn't. Not yet.
No, not yet.
I'll just do that.
Okay, do you want a little couple of minutes time to create, whoever is
Yeah.
creating? Yeah, create
Yeah.
then. Yeah, create it and then we
You
will.
have to create now.
Yeah, if you want to create, you can create now. Otherwise, if you want to follow the video later and create by when you have time, you can also do that. I'll give you 2 minutes to create the new database. Meanwhile, if anyone has any questions, you can ask.
Hello.
When I imported the data, it came up with a SQL Server import and export wizard.
Yeah, that's where you stop. Okay. Yeah, right click tasks and import data. You stop there. We'll go through the procedure. I want to give couple more minutes for everyone to create, whoever is creating. Did everyone create the database? Or do you need more time? Yeah.
When I refresh it, it's I'm not showing up with another one.
Or it's not showing up.
Yeah.
What is the command that you have written?
Create database.
Yeah,
student.
and then
Yeah, and then I refreshed it, and then it didn't come.
okay. So what did you did you run it?
Yeah.
And what is the message?
It says commands completed successfully.
Okay, did you right click on the databases? Right click here. I'll show you. Right click here and then hit refresh.
No.
Yeah, can you right click there and then click on refresh? Are you able to see now?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions or shall we proceed? Okay. So everyone who has created the database, right click on the newly created database and go to tasks. I'll go there again. So right click on the newly created student data is my newly created database. Tasks, and inside the tasks you will have import data. Okay. So click on that. You will be here. You will be seeing this one. Is everyone able to see this one?
Auntie.
Yeah.
We're getting this little thing that's saying what does it say?
SQL Server import.
Yeah. SQL Server import and export wizard. Is that what it is saying?
Yes.
Okay. So then it's a wizard. Okay. So we can tell what the wizard needs to do. It's very user friendly. Okay. So just go next. Click on next.
What do we click on again?
Next.
No, before that.
This is
Click
data
on
source.
tasks and import data. Okay. From there, you click on next. After that, see here, choose a data source. What is our data source? Can anyone tell me what is our data
Auntie?
source? Yeah.
It's not showing on your screen.
Yeah, it's not showing.
Oh, is it? Okay. Let me try and reshare. I'll share the desktop itself so that, yeah. Okay. Can you all see now?
Yes.
So are you all in here?
Yes.
Yes.
Choose the
Yes.
data source. Okay, now what exactly are we doing? We are trying to get the data that I sent you in the CSV file into this database. Okay, so what is our source? What is the data source? Choose a data source. We need to choose a data source here. What should be our data source? So click here in the drop down where it says data source and let me know what I should click as the data source. Can anyone?
Flat file source.
Very good. Well done. You have to choose flat file source for any TXT or CSV files. Okay. TXT is a text file. CSV is a comma separated file. Okay.
It's a file.
So now you need to browse.
Okay. So now
We
once you choose the data source,
file name.
you need to give a file name. So go browse and choose it from wherever you have saved it. By default, you get .txt files. But are we importing .txt files? Which file are we importing? We are importing .csv file, right? So just click on this and then choose from the drop down as .csv files. Okay, and also choose the location where you are from this side. For me, I have it has pointed to the same location where I wanted it to go. So my CSV example is this. Okay, so I'm choosing that file. Have you all chosen your file?
Can you please repeat that? I couldn't get it.
Yeah. Can you
So
please
cancel.
repeat?
I'm canceling. Okay.
Yeah.
You have chosen flat file source. Everyone is up to here.
Yes.
Okay. Now we have to give a file name here. Okay, because this is blank, right? We have to tell the computer which file we are going to import. So we need to go and click on browse.
Auntie, I can't see a screen.
Okay, and here it is showing only text files, but we are not importing text files, right? We are importing CSV file. So change the extension to CSV file here. Okay. Did everyone get it?
Yes.
And then choose the import example that I sent you. Wherever you have downloaded it. It could be mostly in your downloads for everyone. Okay. And then once you choose that file, say open. Okay. Yeah, once you choose that file, say open.
Auntie, suddenly my screen went off, like it left the meeting.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
So, like,
Okay, so now everyone you choose the file and then text qualifier none. All this will be okay because we have chosen the CSV file. Just leave everything as it is because I have put the column name in the first data row. So you can leave that tick as it is. Now go next. If you say next, you should be able to see the data. Are you able to see the data?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Slok, what is your issue?
So basically, like, when I go on the thing, it's not working. Like, the file is not.
Is it in your downloads? Where did you save the file? So what you need to do is, I'm just canceling. Okay, so I'm canceling and then I'm going again into the database. Right click, tasks.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
when I press next, it's showing me something different.
Okay. Let's see what it's showing. Okay, I'm just going to go next. And here I'm choosing flat file source. Okay. And once I choose that, I have to provide a file name. So when I go browse, Shlok, you need to change this to CSV. Okay. Yeah.
No CSV.
CSV. And then go to, maybe it might have been in your downloads, the file. So go on this side, go into downloads here somewhere. Okay. And then you will find your file that you want to import. Now click open. After opening, leave everything as it is because that is all valid. And now you go to next.
Which file?
Okay, now you can see all this. So who is not able to see all this?
Me.
Me. I can't see all dots.
So what are you able to see?
Me.
Can anyone share what you are trying to, what you are seeing? I'm just going to unshare my screen. Can anyone share your screen? Whoever is able to share.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Go to your, yeah. Yeah, so go next. Oh. Can you go back? Can you go back, please? English. No, next. Yeah, go next. And choose flat file source. No, what? No. Don't choose data visualization. You have to choose, yeah, import example. No, you didn't choose the right one. Go to browse again. Go to browse, yeah. Go to downloads, please. CSV, yeah, that's the one, yeah. Okay, open, yeah. Go next. Oh, no, go back again.
See, I'm a CSV files.
Okay, so go to, okay, CSV files. So after CSV files, you are able to open that. Let me see. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so now go to, okay, maybe you are not able to preview the data. That's okay. Just go next. Go next. Okay, now choose the destination. No, just say okay. Just say okay there. Choose the destination. Choose, no, at the top where it says destination. Yeah. Now choose Microsoft SQL Server. Come down. Yeah, SQL Server native client. Yeah, that's what you need to choose. And wait. Use Windows authentication. That's okay. And the database is student data. Yeah, that should be okay. And go next. Yeah, so now here, can you change the table name here? No, right side. Don't change that. Don't change the source. Change the destination to import example or just import or something. dbo.import example. Remove the .csv and one. Yeah, and then go just preview. Click on the preview. Oh, why is it showing that? Okay, maybe because you okay, how come? Did you open the import file?
Yeah.
Can you close that? Can you close that?
Oh, it's closed.
Now it's closed, right? Can you open it in text? Can you open it in text? Yeah, Notepad. Can you choose open Notepad? Open in Notepad. No, you should have clicked more apps. Yeah, close that. Oh, it says XLS. Oh, that's why. Okay, no. More apps. Come down. Notepad, please. Yeah. I think you have, by accident, you have saved it as Excel. That's why. Okay. Can you download it again and without opening, can you try? Download the file again. Delete this one. Yeah, download the file again and don't open. Whoever is having that problem, download the file and don't open the file. Just directly import. Who else is having that problem?
Me.
Okay, Kritika, you also download it again and do not open that file. Delete whatever you have and then reopen it, re-download and then use it without opening.
I'm still stuck in the task when I click task, it shows something else. Like it doesn't let me do it.
Okay, let's share your screen as well. Just give me a minute. Let us. Okay. Lata, now you unshared the screen. Kritika, can you share or can you not share?
I'm not sure. I'll try to share.
Try. Yeah, try. Otherwise, we might have to do it after the class. Who else is having problem? Yeah. Mandipa, are you also having problem?
Yes.
Okay, so can you share the screen until Kritika tries?
Excuse me.
Oh no, I can't because
I have issue with
it's
my
not on the same
database.
device.
I have issues. I have a problem in my laptop, so I'm going with my brother's laptop. So
Okay.
I'm just cutting.
Okay, no worries. Mandipa, can you share? Kritika, you can't share, right?
No, this is my dad's account, so that's why I can't.
Okay.
I
What about
can't
Kritika?
share because it's on a different device.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay, then we will have a session after the class, okay? And who else is having a problem? Me means I can't see who it is. Shlok. Yeah, Shlok. Can you share?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, share the right one. Share your desktop so that we can see. It will be there in the first window that it appears.
Is it working?
No. You're not sharing the right one, Shlok. Can you try again? Yeah. Are you sharing the screen that it says desktop?
Yeah. It's it doesn't say anything like
So when you click on the share button, the first one that appears is desktop and then window. So just click on the desktop.
I only see window. It says window.
Okay, so choose the right window then. If you are sharing, choose the SSMS window. You will have lot of windows. You choose the SQL Server import and export window. Yeah. Choose the import and export window. There are two windows. You are sharing the SQL query 2 window, but you need to share the SQL Server import and export window.
Oh.
Did you open that or not?
Oh no, I didn't open it.
Okay, so then yeah, okay, then it's okay. You can use this one. Right click, yeah, open data, yeah, right click on the student data. Yeah, there, yeah. And then tasks, import data, yeah. Yeah, now you need to share that window because we are not able to see that window, okay? So now unshare and share. Yeah, now go next. Yeah, now choose data source as a flat file. Yeah, flat file source and browse. Yeah, choose a CSV.
Yeah. I didn't know from here what to do.
Okay, go browse and then choose the CSV file where you have downloaded. Click on browse.
Yeah, I clicked on it.
Yeah. And then did you choose the file? So, okay, where you see text, you have to choose CSV.
Yeah, I chose that one.
Yeah, okay. Now you choose the file.
I went on downloads and then like all these one came up like SQLEXP.
Yeah, but did you see the import example.csv file? Did you download the file that I sent you?
Oh no, not yet.
Oh, that's the reason. Okay, you need to download and then you need to choose that. Okay. 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 So now let's continue. I'm going to share my desktop. Okay. So now you will see something like that. If you can't see this, even if you can't see this, just go and proceed and go next. And you need to choose a destination. Where are we importing the data to? Anyone knows where are we importing it?
SQL.
Yes, SQL. So you need to from the destination, you need to choose these are called drivers. So you need to choose this driver. So this driver will help us to import the data into the SQL Server database. Okay. So SQL Server native client, which is there in the at the end. So my server name is that, and my database name is this. Just check that these are the things and go next. And then if you want to preview, you can preview. See, I'm previewing and then you can still see the same data. And here I want to rename it. I don't want to rename, but if you want to rename, you can rename here. Okay. So I just want to keep the table name as import space example. Okay. So now I'm happy with this. Source is this. My source is this and destination is this. And make sure you have closed the file before importing. And I don't want to save it. Okay, don't want to save it. So I'm not saving it. Okay, now after closing the file, you just go and say next. Otherwise, you will get an error saying that the file is in use. So I'm just going to go next. And we want to run that immediately. Ignore all the other options. Just go run immediately and go next. And then once you finish, you will see here 14 rows and everything is success. Okay. Now you can close that. Yeah.
Can you go back to the destination thing?
Destination thing. Okay. Yeah. I'll go back to destination thing. I'm going to import again. Go next. Data source is flat file source. And then choose the file. From here, I am going to choose, because this is displaying .txt, you have to choose .csv because we are importing a CSV file. So I'm just importing that, choosing that, and once we go next, it just gives you a preview. For some management studios, it gives a preview. Otherwise, even if it doesn't give, just go next. And here in the destination, choose the last one, which says SQL Server Native Client. Okay. And then keep as it is. It will give you the same server name because you have right clicked on the database. It will give you the correct database name. Now go next. And then here, if you are not happy with the database name, you can change it here. At the moment, I am happy with the database name. So I am just using that same name. Otherwise, you can just change it here. So for example, if I want to change it to just import, you can just remove everything and just say import. But I'm happy with the name that it is given. And then if you want to see the data, you can just preview like this. If the data that is there is not showing like this, then what you need to do is you have to import the file again and do not open it in Excel. When you open it in Excel, it is showing it differently. So don't open it in Excel, directly import it. Then you will get the data like this. Okay. Now close and then next. Are you okay? Mandipa? Question answered? Yes. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. So now I'm going to cancel this because I have already run it. Yes. Okay. Now, once you import, where will we find the data? Any guesses?
In student data.
Yeah, in student data, it has created a table named. So if you open the table, see, this is what the table name, my table name was, right? Can you all see? Can you all see? Okay, can you all see? See, this is the import example table that we have, that it has created. Okay. Okay, so now let's refresh what we have learned last time. So I want to see what is there in that table. So what am I going to write here?
Select star from.
Yes, very good. Select star from. You know what? I don't want to, I'm lazy. I don't want to type. Just drag it. Okay. And then now,
What does
when I
star
run it,
mean again?
sorry?
What does the star mean again?
Star means it gets all the data from all the columns in the table. Okay. Okay. So now is it going to error or is it going to run? Tell me. Is it going to run properly or is it going to error?
It would run properly.
Run properly? Okay. If everyone agrees that it is going to run properly?
Yes.
Error.
Anyone know?
Yes, I agree.
Anyone know?
What does the red mean for the underline?
Red means it's an error. Okay. Why is it going to error? I want that answered. Why is it going to error? Just think. Why is it going to error? So what is the error I'm putting? Invalid object name dbo dot example.
It's because of the dots.
Because it's
No, dots are everything is correct because I have actually dragged the table name, so that should be okay. Just think properly. After creating the database, what we need to do?
Oh, you need to go inside of the database
Yes.
the table is in.
Yes, very good. So how do we go? How do we do that?
You go into the drop down from master.
Master and go into student data. See, now data is gone, right?
Yes.
So now, will it execute properly or will it error?
It would execute properly.
Execute.
Yes, now it
execute.
executes. See, now we have all 14 rows that were there in that CSV table that I sent you, right? So now you can practice. So let's say, what is the statement that what is the clause that we use for filtering data?
Like?
Like is an operator. Yes. Where is the first one? Where clause is the clause that we are going to use to filter data? So what are we filtering? Let's get all those students that are in year 8. Okay, that are in year 8. Shall we do that? So what should we write here?
Year 8.
Yeah. Where
year equals
8, right? Okay, so now I'm just writing this one. So we have 3 students who are going to year 8. Okay. Okay, so now let's do some kind of like operator. Let's say teacher name.
What's a like operator?
I'm going to show you what a like operator is. So for example, I'm going to have this one. Where is it? What is the error here? What did I do? Mistake? What is the mistake that I have done?
You haven't written the proper column name.
No. See, I haven't selected the last bracket. Right?
Yeah.
So that's why it is giving me an error. So you need to select the right one and then execute. So now, in order to demonstrate the like operator, I will, what shall we do? Okay. Okay, I want all the names.
Auntie,
Yeah.
why do you need brackets?
Because there is a space here. In the table name, there is a space. That's why you need brackets. Okay. That too, those are square brackets.
Okay.
Very good question.
But why square brackets?
Okay, so if the table name was like this, then there is no need for
Brackets.
brackets. But because there is a space here, it will not know where to end the table name. So that's why we need square brackets. And also the way I have done it is I just dragged it so that it automatically put the table name.
But why
brackets,
square
yeah.
brackets? Why can't it be the circle ones?
The syntax, this is where the rule is you have to use square brackets. The syntax is square brackets. Yeah.
Auntie, do you have to like use a space for the import example,
No,
or
you don't have to. You don't have
Okay.
to. So that means when you are creating the import, when you are importing the data, remember I showed you you can change the table name here in the destination. So you have to change it there to not include the space. You can give
Okay.
your name. You can give any name to the table. You can give even Nitya or Aditi or whatever name to the table. Okay. So if there is no space, then you don't need the square brackets. If there is a space, then you need the square brackets.
What's a destination?
Sorry?
What's a destination?
Destination is we are importing data, right? When we imported data, we gave the source as the CSV file, and then we have to give the destination as what is the table name. Where are we? We have to tell the
Going
computer
to put it.
where to import, the table to import. So we are giving the table name to import. So that is the destination. Okay. Okay. So now let's do a like operator. Let's say we have to get all the names that have A in it. Okay.
Excuse me, Auntie.
Yeah.
I was offline because my internet wasn't working and I missed out the part where how we have to like import it properly.
Or import it properly. Okay. So do you want me to show it again?
Yes, please.
Okay. So what you need to do is right click on student data, task, import data, and go next, and choose the data source as flat file source, and then go browse, and then change this .txt to .csv, and choose the file name and open, and then go next. Some management studios show this, some may not show this, so just go next. And here in the destination, you need to choose the last one, which says SQL Server Native Client. And then go next. And then here is the destination where you can remove the space, import example, or you can give any other name.
Okay.
Or real or whatever, and try and just see what the preview is. If you see this, then that means the data that you are importing is really good.
When
Just go next. and you can run immediately and you can finish. Okay. Once you finish, I'm not doing it because I have imported. You can refresh this student data. Under table, you will find the new table. Okay, Pia, are you okay with that?
Okay. Yes, I've done that.
Okay, so now let's somebody didn't understand what a like operator is, so let's go through that. I want to get all the students whose name contains A. How do I write that statement?
You would do where and then apostrophe, and then you would say
Name,
name
like. We need to use
like.
like. Okay, we need to use like.
Name
Like
like,
operator
and
is like.
then
Yeah.
the apostrophe, and they say percentage A, and then percentage, and then you close it.
Percentage. Yeah. Percentage. Where is percentage? And now, oh, why is name? Okay. Let's see. Import example. Okay. So out of the 14 students, 11 students have A in their name. Okay. So that's how like operator. Nitya, do you understand now what a like operator is?
So, yeah.
So, okay. I'll tell you all the three scenarios. There are three scenarios that you can use for like operator. One, this is contains. Okay. What is the command that you use to comment?
The percentage?
No, two hyphens. These two hyphens. Okay.
Okay.
And then it turns the data into green. It turns the statements into green. So that means it's not going to execute. When it is executing, it's going to just ignore whatever comes after those two hyphens. Okay. Okay. So now, what is the statement that we are going to write? If I want to get all the students whose name starts with A. Starts with A. Who is going to tell?
You would say where name like.
Yeah,
Where name like begins a percentage a percentage and comma.
Yeah, is this correct?
Then
Yes.
yes.
Don't you have a percentage before the A?
No, percentage before the A will be end. Okay, this is contains. If you have percentage on both sides, that means contains. Okay. If you want starts with A, then don't put percentage with before A. It should be after, because it is going to starts with. Okay. So
Okay.
I am just going to write this as starts with.
So
Okay.
what does
Now,
contains mean?
Contains means, see here. See, this one starts with A, right?
Yeah.
And this one contains A. That means there is something before and something after. So it gets the data, the records that are returned will have A in between. It will return the values even if there is in between. Whereas this one, it will give you only those that start with A. So for example, here, Aryaman and Avanti. So those two start with A. So this, when you run this statement, it will give you only two because it starts with A, right? So there is a difference. And also, how do we write the statement when we want to see, check, get all the records that end with A?
You would say where name like percentage A.
Yes, very good. Percentage A and close the
And then you say
apostrophe.
and then you do the two hyphens and then say ends with.
And ends with. Yeah, very good. Ends with. That's good. So now if I run this, you will get all the students that whose names end with A. See, all, everything ends with A. Siana, Viba, Meda, Reshma, Linesha, and Prak. Okay. So you have all 6 students whose names end with A.
So the percentage goes before the A.
Yeah, percentage goes before the A. Okay. There are 3 scenarios. So did everyone get the like operator?
Yes.
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 Okay. So that's one refresher. Okay. So now everyone remembers the in operator. In.
Not
Yes. Kind of.
Yes. Okay. What is? Okay. What is it? How can we write that? Let's say, for example, I want all the students that go to ANI and RI. See, ANI and RI. So how do we write that? Where?
Where in
Where
School name
capital letters.
School name.
School
In.
name.
ANI
In.
or RI?
In open curve brackets, and then within
ANI
quotes ANI,
or
close quotes, comma, again open quotes,
Alright.
I, close
And
close
quote.
quotes, and then close the brackets. See, these 2 brackets are curved brackets. Okay.
Don't you have to enter and then do the brackets?
No need.
Okay.
I just did it for sake of good understanding. Okay. So now just go, and then only Meda and Reshma go to ANI and RI. All the others, I don't know what happened. Okay. Okay. So you now you know in operator, right? Understood in operator?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So now you know the syntax to run the insert, update, and delete, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's do the next bit. Okay. Let's go through the PowerPoint. So we have imported the CSV, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
we have done the like operator
Yeah.
and also in operator. See, like this. If we, okay, what is the main difference between like and in operator? Like means you can provide any substring and then give the give the condition. If you don't know the full name, then you give the like. But if you know the full name, and if you want to return 2 or more, this need not be 2. You can separate with commas and go Reshma or something like that. Also, okay, you can go any number of names here. Okay,
Yeah.
for in operator, but they should match what is there with the what is there in the table. Okay, so that's like operator and in operator. Next one is viewing inserted data. So we have done, you all know what distinct and top 1 and top 10 means, right?
Yes.
Okay, now let's go to okay, what just quickly cover functions. What does max do? What does
Max
max
is
do?
the
It gives the
maximum
maximum.
amount.
Yeah,
The
maximum of a
biggest amount.
maximum of an amount. And what are these functions? Which type of columns can we use for these functions?
Integers.
Yes, very good.
Integer.
Integer columns. Yeah. Max means maximum. Min means
Minimum.
The minimum, the lowest.
and count means
count.
yeah, it gives the
Count.
number of records. Yeah. And sum means
Is adding all of them together.
yeah, it adds all the values. And average means
Average.
Average number.
yeah, AVG means average. Okay. So now and coming to the next functions, left, right, and substring. What kind of data type that we use for these functions?
Varchar.
Varchar.
Bar chart. Yes. Okay. So now one more thing is I forgot to tell you what is it. Max. Yeah. How many arguments or parameters do we use for these functions? For the above max, min, count. How many? Yes, one parameter
One.
argument. Okay, that is the column name. Most of them have the column name, right, as the parameter argument. What about these? This one, and this one. How many parameters?
Two.
Left has 2 parameters,
Two.
right? 2 substring. Substring.
1,
2.
2,
Are you sure?
1.
Okay. What does substring do? Substring gets the
Middle.
It gets the number of letters that you've written from the side of the column, like from the
yeah, from the
front
side
and
of
the
the
back.
column. So that's why you have to specify 3 columns, 3 arguments. What is the first argument? First argument can be your string or the
Column.
column name, followed by where you want to start the first letter.
Yeah.
So that is what position from the start, and the last argument is the length. How long you want the number of letters. So it should be like, for example, from if we go, let's do a substring here. Select substring. We are going to pass 3 arguments. Let's say, let's get all the substring from name starting from the 3rd letter. I want 2 characters only. So that's why you get the, you have to pass 3 arguments. See, 1, 2 and 3, because you need to specify the length as well. Not like left and right. Okay. So once I do that, what is it wrong that I have given? What did I do wrong?
The name of the column is incorrect.
Name of the table is missing.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, from here, if I do this, now see, it's getting 2 characters from the 3rd. And if the, let's get the name as well, so that we will see why it is giving only 1. Okay. I'm getting 2 columns. See, it is starting at the 3rd position. We asked it to get 2. So 3rd position is B, H. Okay. And if we look at here, Harshu, BHENMEYARS. Yeah, RS is okay. Because Bob is only 3 words, it's just getting the 3rd letter. Okay. Got it? Any questions?
What happens if it's 2 letters?
If it is 2 letters, then nothing will happen. Okay, let's see. I am just going to get, say, 4, and let's see what Bob will have. I don't think it will have anything. Let's see. See.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't have anything. Okay.
yeah.
Good question. Okay. Now here, when I use the function, there is no column name. How do I give a column name? Anyone? How do I give a column name? Forgot? Okay. I just give a space after the function is finished, and then I will say the name, something, sub. I'll just say sub. Now, if I run this one, this no column name will be changed to sub. Okay, whatever name I give here. Okay, subject or whatever. Okay, that's how you name the column. Okay, after you use a function. Okay, so that's functions.
Wait.
Let's.
Auntie,
Mm,
can you go back to the thing?
yeah.
Wait, so after you wrote select name, there's a comma.
Yeah.
So is that a different column? After. Wait.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay, this is substring is a function because that's shown in pink, right? substring with open brackets, you pass 3 arguments. One is the column name, which you want to extract the substring.
Okay.
Comma, after the comma, this 4 is to specify from where you want to extract the substring, the position, the number position. So this, for example, this name Vibha has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters, right?
So I'll take the 4 and 5th.
Yeah, from 4, I want 2. I want 2 characters. So
Yeah.
from the 4th, H, it will give you 2, H and A.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what this function means.
Yeah, but I'm just asking, after the comma, is that a different column?
After this comma?
Yeah.
Yes. After this comma, you are using one substring to get another column. So for that, if you don't have this substring, then it will give you, see here it's giving you name because that's the name column, but here it comes up with no column name if you don't give any name. Okay. So for that, what you do is you just give a space. Don't give any commas, just give a space and give the name that you want this column name to be.
Okay.
Then subs, you can just say subs or something.
And then execute it.
And then execute it, and then you will have subs.
Okay.
Okay, subs as the column name. That's how you give, because if you use a function, it won't give you the column name because it doesn't know what the column name should be. So that's why it just says no column name. But when we are viewing the data, we need to understand what that column name is. So that's why we give the column name. Okay. Very good question. Any other questions? Okay, so now let's go. This is the 5th week's PowerPoint, which I'm going to send you. So here this has most of the recap of all the other weeks. So you can go through this. So here you have syntax for syntax. Whoever asked for the what syntax is. So this is the general syntax for insert data. So insert into, you have to give the table name, followed by, you can either give the column names or give the values in the same order in which the table in which the columns appear. You can just remove this also and then give. Okay, so okay, so I'm not going to go through insert. You practice, and then if you have any questions, we can go through in the next class. Okay, update syntax also is there, and also be careful, don't update everything without a where condition. You have to use a where condition when you are updating something. And also delete, same way. If you just say delete from table, everything will be deleted. So you need to have a where condition if you are deleting. Okay. Okay, now
Auntie,
yeah.
is there like a way to redo something that's been deleted?
Redo. Yeah, there is a way. If you realize it very quickly. Okay, good question. I'm going to show you how to do that. For example, let's say I am okay, so I am just going to let's say I want to delete it and test it how many will be deleted. So I'm just going to do and reverse it. Okay, there is a way to do it. You use something called a begin transaction. So I will just go begin tran, or you can just say transaction, and then I'm just saying delete you can see my screen, right? Okay, so delete.
Yes.
Delete from I'm just dragging this one, okay? And I'm not having any where condition, okay?
Then do you execute it?
And I'm going to execute along with this one. Only if you have begin transaction, then only you can revert it back. If you don't have a begin transaction, then you can't revert it back, okay?
So you have
Now
to
I'm
write
going to show you.
transaction.
Now I'm going to show you, okay? I'm deleting this one.
Execute it.
So it has deleted 4 rows, okay? Now if I select star from import example, there will be no rows. Okay, so I'm just selecting this one. Nothing is there, but I want to roll it back. So there is a command called rollback transaction. I can just say rollback, and when I execute, command completed successfully. That will be that command will be available only when you use begin transaction. If you don't use begin transaction, then everything will be deleted. And now when I select, because the rollback was successful, you have all the data. Okay. So never ever delete without begin transaction. So that if you
Want it back.
yeah, if you want it back, then but if you really want it back, if you don't want it back, then you use a command called commit. Commit transaction. Commit transaction will commit the data.
Completely.
Yeah, will save it.
Successfully.
Yeah, we'll save it, and then when you run this one, or because everything will be deleted, you won't have any data in it. Okay, that's a very good question though.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What is the difference between max and minimum?
Max and minimum. Okay. Say, for example, let's say I want the max of roll number and min of roll number. What is max?
This is the maximum.
Yeah, maximum. Roll number. I'll show you. And min of roll number from, okay, and that is max. And this is maximum, and that is minimum. So I'm naming the columns as maximum and minimum. So when I run this one, okay, so you need to, if you have a space, what do?
You do square brackets?
Yes, very good. Okay, so now if I run this one, okay, now tell me, why is it showing? Oh, because this is varchar. That's the reason.
We need to change it to integer.
Integer, yes, that's why. Okay, let's change the design. See, you can change the design like this as well. So go into design. It's not supported to design, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I don't want to, okay. Let's say modify.
Wait, I still don't get what maximum and minimum is.
Yeah, because this is, okay. Let's run this in another database, and then I'll tell you what the maximum and minimum is. Let's go to school, and let's go to school, and from school let's go to which table? Student table. Okay, let's go to student table. Okay, what is there in student? Let's see. Year. Okay, let's go year.
Year.
Year. What is the maximum of year and what is the minimum of year? Okay, so if I run this one, see, maximum is 9 and minimum is 6. So, okay, let's go. I'll tell
The
you.
3 different from all of them.
To answer last year's question, first we have to go and run the student, see what is there. See here, last year is, there are 2 values for year, 6 and 9. Okay, minimum will get you the lowest and maximum will get you the highest. And which out of 6 and 9, which is the lowest?
6.
6. And out of the 6 and 9, which is the highest?
9.
9. So when you run this query, you get the highest as maximum 9 and lowest as minimum 6. Okay.
But
From a
what if they're all the same number?
If it is all the same number, it just gets 1.
Okay.
Yeah. For example, if all the rows had 6, then the maximum will be 6 and minimum will be 6.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
They're both the same.
Yeah, both. They'll be
But
both.
why won't it be 0?
No, it won't be 0 because when you are given a series of numbers and if you are asked to pick what is the maximum and what is the minimum, if there is only 1, you are going to pick the one that is there but not 0, right? Because there is something, so you can't get it as 0.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions?
No.
Okay. I think we will do table joins next time because I think now your brains are a bit heated. We'll first do table joins the next time, but I'll send you this so you can have a read through. Okay. And then we will do revision of everything. And then the next week will be your exam week. So be prepared. Okay. I just want to know how much you have understood, each one of you. Okay. So
Wait, so after the exam, will you just cover up everything?
After the before next week I will cover.
Yeah.
I'll cover everything.
And what will you get to know from the exam?
Oh yeah, I will see how you have done, and if I need to do a refresher, I will do a refresher. Most probably, I think you have understood most of the things. But if you have any questions in the next 10 days, you let me know. I can take a individual class as well. Maybe share a screen and then take an individual class as well. Okay.
Do you upload the recordings in YouTube?
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to upload and then I'll send you the link in the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. So who all want to share? Kritika, do you want to share? Kritika is not here, I think. Is she here?
Oh, I can't share my screen because it's my dad's account.
Okay. So, but did you get it to work?
No, I'm still stuck on that. I'm stuck on the in the task thing. No, in the task, I can't go on the task and I can't even press continue.
Can you take a photograph and send it to me in WhatsApp?
Okay. Yeah. We're going out. Can I show it to you like after I come because we're going out?
Yeah, sure. No worries. Or even tomorrow also, no problem. Okay. So now, who else has any questions? Anyone else has any questions? No? Okay. Okay, then prepare well. We'll do a refresher next time. Okay?
Okay.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Tanvi, are you okay?
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tanvi, are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, if you have any questions, you let me know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.